coming in hot here. We got retail sales numbers this morning. I am long silver right off the bat. I'll tell you about that. I went long silver last Friday in the VIP room. I'm still in it, despite a little bit of my entry being a bit early. I think this is the cool thing about trend following and fundamentals is, timing. Everybody, I think one of the most like overhyped things in trading is the entry points of traders. Traders love to obsess over entry points. It's like they can't get enough of like, oh, I got to enter here and zero drawdown. And I can't lie. It feels great when a trade immediately goes into profit. Who's going to deny that? Like if you had taken a sell right there, that doesn't make you feel like you're higher than life, right? But in the grand scheme of things, I'll tell you the greatest trades that I've had ever were not like, it wasn't like a perfect entry, one and done massive winner. Though those have happened for me and those are amazing when they do, a lot of my trades are like, 2 or 3 entries before I catch the right move. And then I finally catch the right one and it takes off in the right direction. So I just think that entries, to be honest, are a little bit overhyped. They're a little overvalued, if you will. Sometimes you can go into a little bit of drawdown before the move starts to happen. And that's okay. I just think, overhyping entry points is a common trader mistake. You can ring the cash register on that one. I do love having the soundboard. I cannot lie, guys. So much fun. Okay, the exit point is the struggle point. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I would say spend more of your time focusing on how to exit better than focusing on entries. What I mean by that, here's a quick example. I'm long silver, right? I picked up silver off of this pullback here on last Friday's sell-off. I figure, with everything that's going on, I really like the picture being painted by silver. I know a lot of traders are going to say, well, what about gold? I like gold too, don't get me wrong, but I have to stick to the system. And the system, let me pull this up here for you. We're going to go to all assets. Silver was getting more favor than gold was. In fact, our 3 new metals that we added to the Edge Finder, platinum, silver, and copper, are all giving us a bullish setup going into this week, which is really interesting. So I picked up silver because I saw the pullback on Friday. I liked the technical entry. And why not gold? Well, gold is getting a neutral reading on the Edge Finder. Why is the Edge Finder giving gold a neutral reading and silver a bullish one? At first glance, you might be a little confused by that. You might say that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Don't they just move together? Well, they do and they don't. At some points, they do. But remember the difference here between the two is that gold is more of a money, a safe haven, if you will. People buy gold when they want their money to be safe. And that is true for silver as well. But silver and gold differ in another way. Silver is what is known as an industrial metal. It's used heavily in the production of planes, chips, solar panels. A lot of stuff uses silver, like physical silver is in high demand. Quick look at the S&P 500. It tagged support here on Friday. I mentioned that, the bulls have been really strong in this upward movement and that, I wouldn't be too surprised if this market just kind of bounces back. It's been so strong overall. On Friday, what I mentioned is that, for the sellers to really, the burden is on the sellers. I don't have any direct positions on the S&P 500. I've sold puts on it. So if the market does come down, I'd get assigned, which I'd be fine with. But if it goes sideways or up, I will make money collecting premium as I've sold puts on VOO. Thank you guys, by the way. I can see all your comments coming in saying, yes, that made sense. Cool. Appreciate you. So again, S&P 500 tagged like 5120, found support. This is, again, not a market that I want to bet against. I know there's a lot of people who would love to see stock markets come down. I actually would too, to be honest. I'd really like to, for some of my option selling strategy, I'd love to get assigned on the S&P, and then I could sell covered calls and things like that. But Right now, the only one that looks really kind of under threat is actually the Dow. Take a look at the Dow. The Dow has broken through support at 38,600. Now coming back up. I'm so curious today, guys, with retail sales. Also, let me not miss this. We are about to have breaking news. So I'm glad that I just mentioned that. Let's switch over to our all markets view. Oh, that's not the right spot. Hold on.
It's our Edge Finder anniversary sale. If you want 40% off the Edge Finder, the absolute best deal of the year, don't wait and head on over to a1trading.com to chat with one of our representatives live right now. This is the biggest discount of the year, and we have so many new features to share with you, like our smart money indicator that directly compares COT data and retail data against each other, or our brand new data scanners with even more useful information and accurate scoring than ever before. Now is the perfect time to get this powerful trading tool because the 40% discount won't last forever. Celebrate the Edge Finder anniversary by grabbing yourself a copy today on our website, a1trading.com.
Data should just be dropping now. Let's see how markets are reacting. Retail sales numbers coming in here this morning. The dollar is trading higher on retail sales. Euro dollar down, pound dollar down. The dollar showing some strength. That would suggest perhaps some stronger than expected retail sales numbers. Let's have a look at those coming in. Sorry for the delay on reaction there. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Retail sales came in stronger than expected. Retail sales and core retail sales both coming in hotter than anticipated. That is bullish for the dollar. That is mixed for the stock market. I would actually say it's fine for the stock market, to be honest. Good retail sales, good demand from the consumer is not bad at all. However, stock market might still say, hey, that's going to push back the Fed even further. Let's just sell. To be honest, I don't really have a strong opinion on the S&P. I've made it clear that support level is what I'm watching. The dollar index, however, looking really strong this morning. Look at that. We're breaking higher. The euro, the pound moving lower. For Forex traders in the audience, again, dollar continues to look strong. In my personal view, this is not something that I'm looking to try and fight. In fact, let's go take a look at the dollar index here this morning. In fact, did that hurt my silver position? Let's see. Slightly. Anyways, dollar index. I mean, look at this. Dollar index is just on fire. For me, this is at least as long as fundamentals continue to look this way, the Edge Finder has been pointing out just straight up dollar bullishness across the board. Everything favored the dollar. Look at the Kiwi dollar, guys. Edge Finder is giving it a -16. That is a strongly favored US dollar bias on the Edge Finder. In fact, that's one of the highest readings in the sell direction that I've ever seen for the Edge Finder. Now, let me add some context to this. That does not mean you go out and you sell Kiwi dollar and you make money instantly. I wish there was a software out there that would do that sort of stuff for us. What this is telling you, let's add context to what the Edge Finder does. The Edge Finder does not present you with holy grail opportunities every single day. Again, if it was a money printing machine like that, wouldn't that be nice? We'd all just be bajillionaires. What the Edge Finder does for traders who are looking to incorporate fundamental analysis into their trading is it ticks boxes on different economic reads, seasonality, the commitment of traders data, retail positioning, and it says, hey, all of these conditions are favoring one way or the other, or they're neutral. It doesn't tell you, oh, it's guaranteed to move higher or lower. But that being said, when I see readings like this, what that tells me is that when I look at the dollar index, and it has really strong fundamental story right now, with economic data outperforming its European counterparts and other places. What that tells me is I would like to be a buyer of the dollar, but I just need to wait for a pullback. I still need to do my risk management. The trades can change, data can come in differently, but with that retail sales data number coming in as it just did, hotter than expected, that is going to continue to propel the Edge Finder to be bullish USD overall. So I'm liking this. Again, if I can get a pullback, I'll have to wait for it, to be honest, because it's not overextended, but it's made a big move up. I have to wait prudently for a pullback on the daily chart. That could take some time. So just because the Edge Finder says, oh, it's bullish, does not mean, hey, just go buy the dollar just because it's saying it on the Edge Finder, right? The Edge Finder is not telling you to buy or sell anything. The Edge Finder is simply showing you the data and how it is leaning one way or the other. Does that make sense? Again, I make that point often for people who watch my stream every day. They know, I say that all the time. You're on the same page with me on that. I just make that point because there are people out there who are, new to this stuff, and they are looking for some sort of money machine. And the Edge Finder is not that. And you never will hear me saying otherwise. Anyways, let's check back on some other markets. The stock market, not hating this at all. In fact, up on the day, we're reaching high of day so far. Here's your 15-minute chart in the S&P. NASDAQ also shooting up, and the Dow as well. Again, Russell, not going to love this data. This actually makes the most sense out of any of them. The Russell is smaller cap stocks, and this, of course, is a more interest rate sensitive area of the market. We've seen that reaction there to the downside. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, let's take a look at some currencies really quick. Euro dollar trading lower. Wow, really beautiful price action on the euro. Pullbacks on this one look interesting. Again, just generally across the board, I'm going to be bullish dollar. Pound dollar, if you get a pullback. Dollar yen, same thing if you get a pullback. Dollar Swiss, I had this trade. I'm not in this trade anymore. I closed out, unfortunately. I got trailed out right here. So I did take profits on Dollar Swiss. I made money on this one. But let's see what else. Dollar CAD. Look at this. What a push. Dollar CAD also potentially looking good on a pullback. Though Dollar CAD probably less attractive to me simply because of CAD's exposure to oil prices. And I think oil prices could continue to go up as well. So I'd probably pick something else other than Dollar CAD personally. Kiwi dollar is getting one of the strongest readings to the sell side that I've ever seen on the Edge Finder. I'll go back to our major currency pairs for a moment. Kiwi dollar is getting a -16. Wow. So with Kiwi dollar at support here, I'd be curious to see how we react here. So this is a 4-hour chart. So demand 4-hour chart. Let's get rid of this old zone. So for those of you who are watching the Kiwi dollar here, if you do get like a breakout here, this could actually be interesting. Let me see. Yeah, so I'd like to see this clear a little further, but then some pullback would be amazing. So like I'm talking about this. So if you can really clear this level of support around 59.50, we're at a key level. I would say I'd like to see it close like down below here, right? If you can get it closed down in that area, from there, any pullback looks really attractive, in my opinion, as always. All of my trade ideas here are my opinion. Please don't copy anyone blindly on YouTube. It's a very silly mistake that a lot of people unfortunately make. Does the Edge Finder take into account geopolitics or score it? That's a great question. The Edge Finder does not currently factor in that stuff, but I will tell you this right now. We are working on a project behind the scenes that is going to be a headline news tracker, which I'm really, really excited for. That may take some time to come out, as it's kind of a complicated thing to build. It has to go like pull a bunch of different keywords from a bunch of different sites and then aggregate them. But that's something we're thinking about building. And at some point, there may be a geopolitics score incorporated into the Edge Finder. I think that would be a really good idea. It's something we've wanted to do for some time. But if there was, I'd tell you right now, the dollar would get an even stronger reading, bullish. And so would metals, specifically, well, all of them, right? All commodities generally in the Edge Finder scoring would be favored in geopolitically tense times. Silver's running hard. Yeah, we love it. We love to hear it. Look at that 3%, guys. 3% on the day. Not bad. I know a lot of traders really focus on gold, so I'll just make this point really quick. Look at that. Jumped another 0.2% as the hour opened up. Wow. Anyways, so I know a lot of traders are watching gold. I've made this point before. I'm still bullish tactically, like technically, unless we break support here. If you break support there, then yeah, I think sellers might finally have a little bit of a turn. But a lot of traders, guys, I think could be getting faked out by this move. I had so many comments over the weekend of people saying gold is topped out. That's the high. But again, let me remind you that I have heard that same comment over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. I've heard it 50 different times before this. I get comments every day, people saying gold, sell it, sell it, sell it. But if you have been on that train, a lot of those people have blown their accounts by now, right? Gold has been destroying trader accounts. So my point with sharing that is that when you see a move like this, let me show you a chart that might change your perspective. If you're a bear on gold, let me show you a chart that might be a little scary. This is the candlestick chart. So everybody looked at that candle. Let's look at the line chart. Does that look bearish? Does not look bearish at all. At least conventional, technical analysis would suggest, right? There's no lower lows, there's no lower highs. We just have strength. So when everybody got so excited off of that candle, all the bears got super excited off this. Let me just warn you, in bull markets, you get moves like that. You get intraday, when you have high volatility goes both directions. You can't just read massively into this candle just because, there was a wick on the top of it. That just tells you that sellers took a turn shortly. It doesn't tell you sellers took over the market. In my opinion, if you're a seller on gold, which there may be a point where we switch bearish on this channel, but for now, here's the issue. You need to see like lower lows and lower highs. You can't just, in my opinion, you can't just say, oh, it's gone too far, it's got to come back now. That is a recipe for blown accounts. And I've been doing this for a long time. I have watched tens of thousands of traders subscribe to my channel with a lot of optimism, enthusiasm. They spam sell gold, and then when it rips higher, they all leave and they don't come back to the channel because they've quit trading. I'm telling you, it's kind of a dreary thought, but when you're in the trading community, and some of you guys might recognize this feeling too. If you've been in the trading industry for a long time, you know what I know, which is just so many people come and go. This is like trading is like living in, I've never made this connection. Do you know that weird feeling like when you go to a beach town or a coastal town, like a vacation spot? I always get this dreary feeling, like this weird feeling where like living in a place like that would be kind of interesting because you'd have all the beach goers, all the vacationers come in, and then, the place is popping, and then all of a sudden everybody goes home and the place is really, really quiet. That is like what the trading community is like. You get massive waves of people joining in on all the action. And then when the markets get tough, when the markets go hard, they go back to whatever they were doing before, right? There's grifters, right? There's social media grifters. There's people who have come in and sold stuff in the trading world, and now they're gone too. They've moved on to AI and, back to cryptocurrency, and it's so weird. Does anybody else feel that sentiment? Type yes in the chat if I'm like resonating with anybody else. So latest round showed NASDAQ got bought, copper, platinum. So this, again, traditional thought process is high inflation, high growth, copper, platinum, etc. US 30, some buying there. The euro, bonds, S&P slightly bid up. US oil got sold. Yen, CAD, pound, Swiss franc, Kiwi. I mean, it really was only the dollar and euro, I guess. Euro and dollar were the only currencies that got some attraction. Bought it a couple weeks ago. Are you able to put previous score? Yes, there's a cool indicator for that. If you are looking for historical scores on the Edge Finder, right? You can go here and you can actually look back in time. So here's like gold historical scoring on the Edge Finder. It is currently neutral. It got bullish as early as February 24th, which was why I went long and caught that big trade. I ended up making 19K on gold. I recorded the trade. It's up on my channel. 19,000 on that trade. The edge finder poked bullish, and I said, okay, let me look at it. I waited for a technical entry, put on the trade, and the trade just ripped. I added a second trade in March, and then trailed stops all the way up, and I've recently just trailed out. I'm now long silver. Silver is new. I don't know if it's on this page yet. Let's take a look. Silver, it is. It started recording. So the edge finder just brand new added silver, and you can see it jumped up here. I would ignore this first day. The first day we hadn't fully configured all of the readings. Once we fully configured all the readings, we got a +9 and +7. So we are still looking bullish overall for silver.
Did you know we do a live trading show Monday through Friday with guests from all over the world? To get notified when we go live, click the bell button next to the subscribe button or check in at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We have helpful, free content in the description below and on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you tomorrow.